He was born Malcolm Little, but he refused to die that way. Known first as Malcolm X and later as El-Hajj Malik el-Shabazz, he became one of the most fearless and misunderstood voices in American history. Malcolm X didn't just demand civil rights, he questioned the very foundation of American power. What did he really want for Black America? And why did his vision evolve so dramatically before his life was cut short? Let's take a closer look. A man of immense charisma, sharp intellect, and unwavering conviction, his journey from a troubled youth to a global icon of Black empowerment is one of the most powerful stories of the 20th century. But what exactly was his vision for Black America? Let's dive deep into the mind of a revolutionary. For much of his public life as the national spokesman for the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X's vision was rooted in the philosophy of Black nationalism. He argued passionately for Black self-reliance. This wasn't just a slogan, it was a comprehensive program. He envisioned Black communities controlling their own economies, establishing their own businesses, and circulating wealth within the community. He called it economic nationalism. Imagine neighborhoods where the grocery stores, the banks, the schools, and the housing were all owned and operated by Black people for Black people. This, he believed, was the only way to break the chains of economic dependency and exploitation that had persisted long after the abolition of slavery. Parallel to this was his call for political nationalism. Malcolm was deeply skeptical of the American political system. He saw how time and again it failed to protect Black citizens or deliver true justice. His famous "the ballot or the bullet" speech wasn't a call for violence, but a stark warning. He urged Black Americans to use their voting power wisely as a unified bloc to elect officials who would genuinely serve their interests. And if the system continued to deny them their fundamental rights, he argued, they had the right to defend themselves and secure their freedom by any means necessary. This was a radical departure from the nonviolent approach of the mainstream civil rights movement, and it resonated with many who felt that turning the other cheek had only resulted in more abuse. Socially, his vision was about reclaiming and celebrating Black identity. This is where the X comes in. The X symbolized the unknown African name that was stolen from his ancestors by slavery. By rejecting the slave name Little, he was making a powerful statement about identity, heritage, and the rejection of a white-dominated social structure. He encouraged Black Americans to learn their own history, not the sanitized version taught in schools, but the rich, complex history of African civilizations and the true story of their struggle in America. It was about instilling a sense of pride, dignity, and self-worth that had been systematically stripped away for centuries. He wanted people to see that Black is beautiful, long before it became a popular slogan. However, it's crucial to understand that Malcolm's vision was not static. It evolved, especially in the final year of his life after he broke with the Nation of Islam. His pilgrimage to Mecca, the Hajj, was a transformative experience. There, he saw Muslims of all races, white, Black, brown, yellow, worshiping together as equals. This profound experience shattered his previous belief that all white people were inherently enemies. He returned to the United States as El-Hajj Malik el-Shabazz with a new, more expansive vision. He began to distinguish between racism and specific white people. He realized the true enemy was not a race, but a system of racial oppression and exploitation. His focus shifted from a strictly Black nationalist framework to a more internationalist human rights perspective. He started speaking about the struggle of Black Americans as part of a global struggle of all oppressed people against colonialism and imperialism. He founded the Organization of Afro-American Unity, modeled after the Organization of African Unity, with the goal of bringing the plight of African Americans to the world stage, to the United Nations, framing it not as a civil rights issue, but as a human rights issue. This later vision was perhaps his most radical. He was connecting the dots between the poverty in Harlem and the poverty in colonized nations across the globe. He started seeing the fight for liberation as a shared worldwide struggle against a common system of power and economic exploitation. He started building bridges with leaders and activists from different races and backgrounds who shared his anti-imperialist and anti-capitalist views. He was no longer just a leader for Black America, he was becoming a leader for the world's oppressed. Tragically, we never got to see this final vision fully realized. His assassination in February 1965 cut short an incredible journey of incredible growth and intellectual evolution. But his legacy is undeniable. He forced America and the world to confront uncomfortable truths about race, power, and justice. He gave a voice to the voiceless, a sense of pride to the downtrodden, and a powerful intellectual framework for understanding and dismantling systemic oppression. From economic self-sufficiency and political empowerment to the celebration of Black identity and a global vision of human rights, Malcolm X's ideas remain incredibly relevant today. He challenged us to think critically, to question the status quo, and to have the courage to fight for a more just world. His life is a testament to the power of self-education, personal transformation, and the relentless pursuit of truth. His vision continues to inspire new generations of activists, thinkers, and leaders who are committed to finishing the work he started. Thank you for watching. If you found this exploration of Malcolm X's vision insightful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the figures and ideas that have shaped our world.